We are now pleased to introduce the president of Dignity USA, Chris Pett.
Thank you, Lourdes and Chris. Hello again, everyone, and thank you for your participation in our first virtual gathering, Our Journey Forward. And to borrow from Chris's words just a few moments ago, thank you for the opportunity to be another violin whose one voice can resonate across so many others this weekend. So as we've heard from our speakers, discussions, prayers, and interactions with one another, we've experienced a lot of challenges, both collectively and individually this past year. While bearing the burdens of a once-in-a-century pandemic, we have also witnessed, and for many of us actively participated in, the racial justice reckoning taking place in our country and world that has served to awaken ourselves intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually to the roots of racism and injustices that surround us and reside within us as a society. I know how much I've been challenged and stretched and will continue in my own personal path of conversion and repentance. While we continue to experience uncertainty, confusion, and unprecedented change, I can't help but believe that our time together this weekend has shown a very bright light on our truth, resilience, and willingness to grow, to be different, to be our better selves as citizens, but also as part of the LGBTQI+ progressive Catholic community. It seems like a lifetime ago that I stood before you with Lauren Carpenter at my side to address the assembly at the 2017 Boston National Conference. Excited, but also a bit nervous about what the future might bring and how we might partner with the board, our chapter, our caucus leaders, and our members to ensure our mission and work endures as we entered into a 2-year Jubilee period prior to the celebration of 50 years of faithful service and ministry. Those 2 years brought amazing opportunities for dialogue, visioning, and affirmations of our identity and impact. Then 2 years later, I was again honored to speak to the assembly of the 2019 50th Anniversary National Conference in my sweet hometown, Chicago, now with another amazing leader, Melly Barber, to recommit ourselves to take forward our vision and work into the next 2 years. I was feeling a bit more confident, but boy, neither Melly nor I, nor our officers, board members, or local leaders could have anticipated what lay before us. A pandemic, a lethally dangerous political administration hell-bent on taking our rights away, and then the racial reckoning that overtook our society and hopefully for many, our hearts and souls, to align ourselves in this emerging struggle for justice across many boundaries of imagination and belief. But we're still here, and we've more than prevailed. We have thrived. We solidified our status as the premier go-to voice sought out nationally and locally in all forms of media to ensure our voice and truth is heard. For example, I experienced my first interview with Israeli radio, although it was cut short because of an incoming missile alert. But this shows you how our reputation and credibility continue to expand in new and different ways of connecting to a larger audience of supporters and allies. During these past 4 years, we have celebrated much and achieved much at a national level. A 2-year Jubilee celebration of our 50th anniversary is one of the oldest, largest, and most effective LGBTQI+ faith-identified organizations. We partied in Chicago, but we also took forward your vision of the next 50 years of Dignity USA's mission and work, which we captured as the 4 strategic priorities. We expanded our global leadership and voice as a founding member and supporter of the global network of Rainbow Catholics. During these past 2 years, we were successful in updating our bylaws, which we have found to be a pretty interesting a multi-year task. Lewis knows all about that, among others, which were ratified by our membership and updated our board manual to improve the efficiency of our work and the impact of our leadership. We updated our logo and significantly expanded our digital presence and capability, moving us forward in our priorities of amplifying our prophetic voice and connecting in new ways with new audiences of supporters. Our national and local communities swiftly and effectively adapted to the realities of the pandemic, certainly as we heard in our videos, and launched Zoom or Teams virtual worship, social activities, racial justice learning groups, and much more, which have endured over these many months, and that speak again of our intent to remain vibrant, caring, supportive, and nourishing during a time of great pain, loss, and isolation. We successfully renegotiated our contract with the West in San Diego and are now pivoting full speed towards our next national conference in person next year, 2022. Our NCC team is amazing and has provided their deep expertise to make this transition possible. And I thank in particular Paula Lavallee for her guidance, wisdom, and resilience in seeing this transition through. With Marianne's vision and leadership, we pulled together multiple partners from across the progressive church reform movement and even HRC to sponsor and conduct a June 1st National Day of Blessing for LGBTQI plus people, our relationships and families, speaking directly to those in the hierarchical church who would deny our respect, dignity, and the gifts we bring to humanity and the church, while prayerfully yet powerfully affirming our lives as truly blessed by God and by one another, drawing hundreds of participants and YouTube views, as well as multiple global media interviews, articles, online postings, etc., as witnesses to our truth. And finally, we come to this national gathering, the first of its kind for us and for our allies and friends. Under Melly's leadership and a special steering committee of the NCC, we've created an experience that hopefully you have found to be reconnecting, stimulating, energizing, and nourishing. I want to be clear that our achievements these past 4 years are the result of tireless and relentless leadership efforts of many, both nationally and locally. I am so grateful to have served with 4 different, very talented boards and 2 different leadership teams, as well as 2 vice presidential partners, Lauren and Melly. And I will never, in all my days, be able to articulate my total respect and awe of Marianne Duddy Burke's endless gifts and contributions to each of us. We are truly blessed, Marianne, and today in particular, I pray for your continued well-being and vibrant spirit. In spite of the existential challenges we continue to experience, I carry with me 2 essential beliefs about this organization that we love. First, we are more than justice seekers, we are justice makers. By that I mean that Dignity USA is a boots on the ground LGBTQI plus organization. We bring our lived experience, which enlivens, guides, and energizes our work and our outreach to people of good faith everywhere. Let's face it, we get things done together and remain ever active and vibrant across the life of the church and our society. Second, we bring a unique mix of love and accountability to our justice work. I repeat something I quoted when I spoke to you in 2019, which represented the core theme of the former 8th Day Center for Justice that was founded here in Chicago. Justice is what love looks like in public. And after what we've experienced this past year and all kinds of public manifestations of justice seeking, I would adapt this a bit to saying, justice is what love looks like in the streets. As members of this movement, we bring not only our personal truth, but also make public our intent and belief that we can always be better. Our world, our society, our church, our local communities, grounded in love, expressed in pastoral care, forgiveness, charity, and hope. As our world, society, and local communities continue to evolve, there is a new possibility for justice, equality, respect, and common good. To set a new agenda grounded in and animated by radical inclusion, as Father Mazengale has forcefully called us to do. It's our unique opportunity to thrive and engage others as the free, graced, and blessed agents of God's peace and justice. To feel we are truly and uniquely called and validated to shape a future of our choosing. To make a difference to the many who love and seek justice, respect, and equality, and to the many who come to us broken and damaged, seeking our comfort and healing. And the first giant step taking us forward from this national gathering is welcoming our new leadership team, Melly and Martine as president and vice president, and Sam Albano and Kathleen Saline as our new national secretary and treasurer. For those of us who remember, John F. Kennedy famously said in his 1961 inaugural address, "The torch has been passed to a new generation." I truly believe that with this new leadership team, and in particular Melly and Martine at the helm, they will take us into an exciting and spirit-filled future. I hope and pray I've done all I could to take us forward as the city of God, as God's beloved ones, and as prophets of challenge as well as love. And I am so grateful for all those who extended their support, wisdom, and grace to me these past 4 years.